Live from beautiful Ohio, it's the OK Boomer podcast, featuring siblings, the real Jean and Laura.
Hello. I'm Jean.
And I'm Laura. And we are here to encourage all you boomers, millennials, and everyone to be happily okay. So how are you, Jean? And these weeks just go by so quickly.
They do. And we're almost to May, which means Mother's Day, but we're going to talk about that more later.
I know, it's our day. Our day.
But if I have to give a special shout out, it's shout out time.
Yes.
To Bibiana.
Oh,
Dreamweaver, author,
yes.
Extraordinaire.
I need to have another dream. I've had dreams, but nothing like that lately. So worthy of her.
Yes, well, I'm going to have to send you some of her books, but she created for us online a swag book, a lookbook of outfits to wear, since we had talked last time about what do you wear these days if you have to get back into the work world. And it's just gorgeous. And right now it's the pinned tweet at okboomer_whatever Twitter.
Yes.
But
it is
so thank you, Bibiana. It is.
Thank you.
And what were some of the outfits that you liked?
Her ideas, I like the bold colors because I'm needing more fun colors in my life. But I really liked, plus I liked the name of it, called the Casual Goddess Maxi. Is that not us?
It is us.
The Casual Goddess Maxi, almost like the Greek god yogurt. But not quite.
Have you tried that yet?
No, but I saw it the other day.
Good.
And it just, like, this one had ruching, which is a fun word to say.
Yes.
And romantic details. I could wear that.
Yes.
Yes. So
that sounds like you.
Bibiana.
Yeah, we love that. I click on it all the time.
It was a goodie.
And I also received this was so sweet in many, many ways of looking at the word sweet. My older son was afraid he had missed Mother's Day. So in mid-April, he gave me a box of chocolates. And really, that's just the most wonderful gift. I love receiving a box of chocolates, all those little different shapes and sizes, and what's going to be inside.
That is so dear of him that he did it in mid-April.
Yes, because he wanted to make sure he remembered. So I have been enjoying it. And it was half milk chocolate and half dark chocolate. So I was just happy, totally.
Now, I might say, my dear, you, my sibling, have been throughout the years very good about bringing me boxes every once in a while.
Oh, I should do that again.
Yes, that would make a hint. Used to bring Godiva, of which I'm drinking coffee today out of a Godiva mug.
You are, Lady Godiva.
Droop waffle to put on top of it. The best.
Oh, we're just living it up, aren't we?
We are.
Life is good. And speaking of life being good, I had a real lesson, Laura, a real life lesson.
Yes.
How we are so blessed with bounty. We really are blessed. I am really blessed. I'm very grateful.
Agreed. We are.
So how this came about for me is, I actually went to a very large super center near us, like very large. I would say it's a mile square. Wouldn't you say most of those big super centers?
They're at least a mile, you feel like it.
Oh,
you
yes.
actually went out.
I went out.
Deliveries.
We had been getting deliveries and we loved them. But I was on my way up to the lake house. Okay, speaking of being blessed, yes, I was on my way up there.
Yes.
And I wanted to just pick up a few things came to mind that since we're getting settled that I thought we needed. So I hence went to the gigantic store.
Gotcha.
Walked from one end to another because I needed bathroom supplies, a few hardware things, vegetables, fruit, everywhere. I had to go from one side to the other.
But you get steps that way.
You do get steps.
Lots of them.
So I stepped and then stood in line and then lugged all the bags out. And by the time I was back in my car, I just said, I'm never doing this again. This is just way too much. I'm going to stick to delivery. This was just awful. And then I caught myself and I thought, well, it wasn't awful at all. It was it just shows how blessed I am that there is a huge store like this near us that has everything I need. The moment I think of it, I could just go in and get it. I'm never wanting anything. I'm never going hungry, going thirsty, going without any pleasure at all. And here I am griping.
Yeah.
So I yelled at myself.
Did you yell pretty hard?
Yeah, I gave myself that real death stare look, and
yeah. Well, those are those first world country problems, they say.
yeah. So I'm very, very grateful, happy and grateful.
But are you going back to delivery?
But I am going back to delivery. Yes, but I will appreciate all my bounty. And I had a little thought about you, I guess, because we are thinking about moms and women. And I thought, Laura's dream is finally coming true.
Do tell.
Your spiral staircase dream.
Oh, yes. Ever since I've been a little girl, and I used to see houses and drive by houses. And in fact, early on when I was married, we went through a house that had a spiral staircase coming off the balcony of the back bedroom. I have just had this dream suppressed in my life for years, and yet it is now materializing. I have a spiral staircase coming off the balcony of my bedroom.
There it is.
There it is. And it is so much fun to just like clippity clop up and down all day long. It's great. I'm getting steps.
You are. But what makes you really like it? Because it's special, it's different, it's pretty.
Yeah, everything. It's just there's something just exciting about, I don't know, going up and down in a spiral motion. And the OH was most pleased that we have railings, horizontal railings, because he said he felt safe and protected in this cage.
Oh.
His stair cage.
His stair cage.
Yeah. So, who knew? Who knew we would have so much joy out of our stair cage protected spiral
But
staircase?
I'm glad your dream came true, because that was a long time. Even as a little girl,
yes,
you wanted one.
Always liked.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
So speaking of you, how are you?
About me,
yeah, let's continue.
Means.
Yes.
Please. Well, we had a big week in our storage unit. We are desperate. We've had this whole big home construction thing that we built a big garage, that we're trying to put things up into the garage, but we're very slow doing this.
And your storage unit is about a mile square?
Pretty much a mile square.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And it's filled to the rim, but we have to start someplace. We've been putting off the months. We were going to be out of there by February. Well, now we're saying maybe August. Oh, yeah. We'll see if it happens. But, Jean, while I was in the storage unit, we realized, and listeners out there, what do you do with this? We have bin after bin after bin. I would say there's got to be at least 6 to 8 in every bin. What do you think I have in all these bins? What have we stored forever?
Souvenirs from travels, magnets from
that's a
traveling.
good guess. But alas, it is quilts.
Oh.
All types of quilts, crocheted quilts, the sewed together fabric quilts. They're beautiful. And they were made by everyone's grandmothers. But what do you do with them?
And they were passed down, and now they've
been passed down, and they're beautiful. But I don't know what to do with them all. So we're slowly trudging them up the stairs to the storage unit. Which, there they shall sit.
But they should be used, right? Don't you think? Do you have that feeling?
I do, but who do you give them to?
Well,
you want a quilt?
We probably have a few quilts of our own, but yes,
come see
I
me.
know there should be something really nice and special that we could do with those.
I know. So we need creative ideas. Somebody out there who's creative. What do you do with a lot of quilts? They're beautiful, but there's a lot of them.
Right.
That these dear grandmothers made. So there you
go.
go.
So it was sort of a grandma thing, you think?
Yeah,
but
I think so.
Although it's popular again.
Did our mom make them?
No.
No, I don't think so. And I don't know that I've ever made them except the big felt thing that you cut the edges on when your kids were in 7th grade.
Right, where you tied this.
Yeah, you tied the edges of that.
I could do that, right.
Yeah, I saw those too. Anyway, now, I must say, that was kind of in the past. I am actually wearing something that is something sort of from the past too. We may have mentioned this before, but I am wearing, feeling pretty trendy, a brand new pair of, in honor of Mother's Day, mom jeans.
Well, let me look at you. Since you're right here now
Yes,
with your son, I guess
here.
you are. So,
I am.
so they have the knees are ripped out.
The knees are ripped out, although I realize, I tell you, these young people don't tell you this. When you stick your foot in the leg of a pair of jeans with a hole, and I see you have holes in yours.
I do.
I just ferociously put my foot in and realized, rip. It ripped a little more than I want. It's tricky.
It is tricky.
It's very tricky.
It's good because we need to work on our balance skills at this point in our life. It really helps you point that toe and get them down. So there's a little hint for everyone. Point that toe.
Point that toe. Gently stick it down. Balance as you do it. This could be a whole new senior workout with your mom jeans. But mom jeans from the 80s, they are high-waisted. Remember those?
Yeah, I like them.
A little looser.
Uh-huh.
And they just kind of come straight down. They're not as tight as leggings. And remember we said the Gen Zers brought these into existence again.
Yes, and the
Gen
Zers,
millennials who are older, like the 25 to 37.
God, that's what I was going to ask, right?
They wear the leggings, the tighter leggings.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so this was a whole big thing. But I sit in mom jeans. So happy Mother's Day, one and all.
Happy Mother's Day.
Exactly. So there you go. That was pretty much my week.
So that's with that beautiful segue. We can never pass up a lovely segue.
We love lovely segues.
I'm going to share something with you because we're now switching to the all-daughter banquet.
Oh, we love this
time of our podcast. Yes, we were raised in a church that every Mother's Day, as many churches did, I think back then, had a banquet.
Yes.
And I like that our church called it All Daughters because they wanted every woman to come, even if they weren't a mom.
Right.
And so we did.
Very inclusive.
Yes.
We use that word now today.
Yeah,
very
but
inclusive.
It was very nice. So we all put our best dresses on and came and had, some kind of probably chicken a la king and Jell-O fruit salad.
Oh, the Jell-O salad, the little squares that were there when you sat down.
Right, and the homemade rolls. So here we are. We're going to have our own little banquet of ideas, and I am going to start it off with a little book reading.
Yeah, since I never read books, she has to read to me.
Right, yes, I'm reading to you. And this is a new book by Jane Smiley, who is known for including animals in her stories, and the animals either think or talk or reflect, and you might say to yourself, why would I want to read a book with talking animals? But it really works.
All right.
It really works.
We're in.
So in this story, the little scene I'm going to read to you, it's a short little scene, is taking place in Paris.
Oh, nice.
At a beautiful, probably slightly decayed, old, graying manor. But it was a lovely house 100 years ago. And in it lives a 97-year-old woman.
Wow.
And her great-grandson, who is 8.
Aww.
Etienne. And I'm just going to read this little bit to you.
Okay, I'm there.
She could make very nice food in her little cuisine, even though she was unable to hear anything. And Etienne, the little boy, thought that she did not see much anymore either.
Aww.
Each morning, he stood in front of her while she sat in her usual chair, and she touched his hair to discover if it was tangled, his shirt to make sure it was buttoned properly, his shoes and the cuffs of his pants to know that he was neat, straight, and ready for the day. And I still can't get through it without...
Oh, gosh. Well, we're sort of tearing up.
We are, and we practiced this, and we teared up then too. But to me, that's what being a mother or having a mother, or that's what it is to me. That feeling of you love this child, or you are loved by someone who cares that much about you.
Yeah.
And just that was important every day to make sure he was ready.
Oh, that's just so precious.
It is. It is.
So precious.
So happy Mother's Day. Happy All Daughters Day.
Exactly. I know my daughter who has the the dear little baby boy who's a little over a year.
Yeah, little guy.
So a little 13-month-old, and she looked at me yesterday and she said, Mom, I really felt like I was a true mom yesterday. I was like, oh, well, what did you do? And she said, I managed to vacuum my entire house and hold my baby boy on my hip the entire time.
Oh my!
And I thought,
oh my!
but that's the spirit. You gotta clean. The
Right?
little baby wants to hold on to you, and that's what
And
you
he
do.
probably loved it. So that's about as touching as the little story I read. There just is something that really, that bond that really does touch us.
It is a bond, and even though maybe some of you don't have children yet, it's always you have that bond with your own mother, hopefully, or other important people in your life. But yes.
Yeah, so I have another little sweet mom story.
Oh,
This is a
good.
real life one.
Now that I'm in a sudsy mood.
I know,
so.
that was a little sudsy. That was just so sweet. She just in those few words captured it so well, that
Yeah,
touching him to make sure he was fine.
just right.
So Stephanie is
Yes.
a good friend in Indianapolis. And for a year, from March of 2020 to this past March, just a couple weeks ago.
Basically the whole COVID year.
Yeah. Every Friday night, she and her little daughter, was 4 to 5 during that time, and then Stephanie's mom. So it was grandma, Stephanie, and her daughter.
Got it. So 3 generations.
Right. Would get together and they would plan a Friday night movie night.
Oh,
A
how
Friday
fun.
movie night. So the little girl would pick the movie, and then Stephanie and Grandma would orchestrate the treats, and they were wonderful treats. They would bake cupcakes, cakes, cake pops, cookies, all kinds of beautiful things like that fit with the theme of the movie. So if they were watching Frozen, which maybe they watched Frozen like 5 times in a row, because the
Right.
little girl got to pick it, and she would usually wear a costume. So they picked Frozen, and they'd bake also cookies, or they'd pick
Oh, that's just precious.
the Lego movie, and they'd make little cakes to look like Legos. And then they would post this on Facebook every week. So all weekend long, we could all enjoy and see what they'd been up to. And it was so much fun to look forward to.
Oh,
It really was, every week, to see what they had come up with.
Wow. And these 2 moms,
The
the
grandma,
grandmother and the daughter, made this happen.
right. And then usually whoever was around, the dads came, or maybe
Right.
some other friends. But every Friday night they did that. And they're stopping it in this format for a little while now. Cause really, that was something.
Wow. That's a lot. I can barely think, which pizza place do I want to go to on Friday night?
Yeah. So it was just a beautiful thing. I truly enjoyed it. And I wrote to her on Facebook and said, you're as much of a hero really as the frontline medical people or everybody who worked in stores and tried so hard to keep this COVID year going for us. You are every bit of a hero just like that too. You kept it going for your family.
Yeah.
And you entertained us, and it was just special.
Well, that's the thing. And yes, not to diminish at all our
But
frontline workers.
but really,
But all the parents at home who kept their kids going for a year, entertained, educated, because a lot of them had to homeschool.
I don't know if I could have done that. As much as I love my
I don't
kids.
think I could have.
And I do love my kids. All right, quick quiz, because I'm
Yes.
getting sad
Yes.
again. Quick,
Yeah,
really
it's
quick
a
quiz.
sappy episode.
Right,
Yes.
sorry. Really quick quiz.
Okay.
I got into a little discussion on Twitter.
Yes.
Someone said that they were cooking dinner. They tweeted that. They're cooking dinner. They're writing, working on their book, and they're cooking dinner, and they're using a crock pot. Does that count as cooking?
You mean using a regular crock pot?
Yeah, would you consider that
Yes.
cooking? Or
Oh, of course. And in fact, I made a wonderful pot roast this week in my crock pot.
oh, I
But
bet.
it broke.
Oh no,
My crock pot, the bottom part that you set it into.
that would be an important
Well,
part.
it's the whole heating element. The whole thing kind of cracked and
No, you're talking about the heating element.
No, I'm talking about the big heating element, not the crock itself, the metal heating element you put it in.
Hey.
It cracked and kind of fell apart.
No fires.
No fires.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, had to say that.
See,
All right,
I thought I would switch to a crock pot because that seems safer.
And instead, that poor thing, it was the latest victim.
It was the latest victim. But anyway, yes,
So
definitely.
you were considering cooking with a crock pot is cooking. How about?
You still have to put spices and sauces in it. Sure.
Yeah, and you have to turn that switch.
You got to know which level. Is it auto? Is it low?
High? Yes.
A lot of cooking involved. Yes.
How about an air fryer? Would using an air fryer count as cooking?
Of course.
Same rationale.
Same rationale. You
Right.
got to know again how long to cook it. What do you season it with?
George Foreman grill, sure, same thing. Is that getting in? Maybe not.
And I'm thinking salad spinners and maybe microwaves don't count either.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right.
All right.
What's next?
Moving on, because I, in my hot little hands, have a quiz for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are your loins girded?
Girded. Oh, let me check. Click. My mother.
Mom Jean loins?
Mom Jean Lloyd, something like that. Yes.
All right. Are you ready? Cleverly, I've come up with a famous moms and their famous children quiz.
Oh, you're so good at these. You know all the celebrity, famous people.
It is fun. And I will say, when I went to the Google machine to look up this vital information, there were many, many famous mothers and daughters. It was a little tough to find famous moms and sons. I don't know why. What does that mean? Do maybe daughters want to emulate their mothers and be famous?
Or sons want to break away and do something different?
It's something to ponder. Okay. Are you ready?
Well, yes, I'm not very good at this, but yes, I'll try.
You can do this. Okay. Number 1. Gloria Vanderbilt, famous for her fashion.
Yes, and a big name.
And a big name. Gloria Vanderbilt. Who is her son?
I thought you said we weren't having sons.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Just keeping it real.
I kind of know who it is. I do know it's somebody. Oh, I don't know, but I do sort of know.
Buzz.
Right.
It is Anderson Cooper.
Oh, yes, that is really amazing.
Famous CNN guy, and sometimes he will say very nice things about his mother.
Oh,
yeah, good son. Okay, are you ready?
Sure.
You got this. Goldie Hawn.
Yes, I do know her.
You do know her.
I love her.
She has a famous daughter.
Laughing. And good, does she?
Yes, she does, just so you know. Okay, it's Kate Hudson.
Oh, yeah.
You're 0 for 2.
Yeah, yeah, but at least when you say the names, I do know who they are.
This is true. You're not just staring at me blankly.
No.
Okay, are you ready for a 3-generational one?
Ooh.
Do.
You are so good at these. Yes. Okay.
Grandma and daughter and granddaughter.
That's
now,
great.
The grandmother, I had to put one of these in. Okay, the grandmother is Tippi Hedren.
Oh, I do know that name very well. The birds, right? Yes.
We'll get back to that.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Tippi Hedren.
Will we get back to that?
We will, because I want to talk about the birds.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So Tippi.
Cute little Tippi fighting those nasty birds.
Do you think that was her real name?
No.
Oh.
Do you think? Would you look at your little baby and go,
Tippi? But it's really cute.
It's adorable.
All right. Tippi and the birds. Yes.
Well, who was her daughter?
Oh, who was her daughter?
Famous actress. I might note that Gina's swaying up and down in her chair as if that's going to help.
I don't know.
It's not. Okay.
It's not.
And Melanie Griffith.
Oh, very famous.
Yes.
Extremely
Melanie
famous.
Griffith has an actress daughter whose name is, thus the 3 generations.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, dear.
No.
Oh, dear. Okay. Dakota Johnson.
Oh.
And she was famous for that, Many Shades of Grey, the Shades of Grey movie. I never watched it.
No.
What was it called?
50
Shades of Grey.
Should we watch that sometime together?
We should. And we should comment as we watch it.
Oh, we should do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to confess,
Okay.
I started one of the books, but in writing, it's a little.
Lost some of its
Yeah, I don't know. It's too much
sizzle.
of the.
Okay.
Ooh,
But what? Okay. We're going to talk about books for just a brief moment.
okay.
My introduction into the world of sizzling romance and books. I was a young child. Can you guess the name of the book?
Oh goodness.
And you gave it to me to read. The older teenage.
Oh, like Valley of the Dolls.
Similar. The Other Side of Midnight.
Yes, that was a good one.
Yes, you boomers out there, you'll remember that spicy book for the day.
The Other Side of Midnight. Yes. I think that Mom even read that.
She might.
It was a hot summer at Lakeside, at the Lakeside College.
I was pretty young. I learned a lot of things. Okay. Moving on. Well, not really moving on completely. Tippi Hedren was in The Birds, directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
Or Alfred Hitchcock.
I can't say Alfred.
Okay. Yes.
Alfred, The Birds. Who wrote it?
I do know this. It's the lady who wrote the books I love, like Rebecca and what's her Daphne.
Yes.
Daphne du Maurier.
Yes.
Yes.
Woo!
I love
Okay.
Rebecca
You have
and
redeemed yourself.
Woo!
She wrote Rebecca, which we just saw. The OH and my daughter and I just saw Rebecca. I think it was done in 2020 as a movie. Very well done.
Oh, I'll have to watch it.
Yes.
Was it on Netflix? So it was a redo.
Yes,
it
it's
was
a Netflix redo. Highly recommend it.
But it still takes place in the house in England.
Yes. Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a goodie.
Oh, good.
All right. Okay.
That was fun.
Yes.
Oh, good.
I have a few more.
All right.
I don't know how much time you have.
One more, please.
One more. I'm giving you two more.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I'm fine.
This one is an easy one.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie Reynolds.
Oh, yeah. Carrie
Fisher.
Carrie Fisher. I had half of it.
Yes, you did. You did. And I'm going to give you one other mother-son because they were just so hard to come by.
Yeah.
Do you remember Anne Mira? She was married to another famous actor. She was kind of a humorous comedy kind of mother in various TV shows. Her son is Ben Stiller.
And
his dad just recently died.
Yeah, Ben
So anyway,
Stiller. Yeah.
okay,
Oh,
that's fine.
so there actually are many.
Well, I had 6 more, but I'm moving on.
So there are. Wow.
Blythe Danner.
Blythe Danner. Yes, I always liked her.
Gwyneth Paltrow. I had to throw in one more.
Oh, Gwyneth. I'm not such a fan of Gwyneth. Are you?
She's okay.
Oh, good.
She's
Wow. I mean, they are like really famous.
Yes, really very famous.
Okay, one more.
Well, this one you may not know. I don't know. Peggy Lipton from the Mod Squad days.
Yes. Oh, I don't know.
Her daughter is Rashida Jones.
And who is she?
She was a character for years and years on The Office, as well as Parks and Recs. The millennials will know.
They will know that. Good.
Because those are two good
And
shows.
speaking of those millennials knowing things, I have been starting to look at Netflix has a collection of 2021 movies that are up for the Oscars.
Oh.
So I never hardly ever see these, so I'm starting to watch them.
Yes.
And apparently Sophia Loren stars in one.
Does she
So,
really?
yeah, so you'll have to look for it.
How old is she?
Oh, I think, well, she looks older, so.
Well,
But good
there
for her.
you
So
go.
who was it? You had a millennial that didn't know. She's waving her hands at me.
I am waving my hands in excitement. Yes, nobody knew who Sophia Loren is, and I may have mentioned this before, but a gentleman that sat next to me at Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company had 5 daughters, and the one daughter married Sophia Loren's son.
Wow.
And he used to tell us how she would invite them over all the time to her villas in Europe and that she was the nicest, most generous person.
Well, that's really good to hear besides being just gorgeous.
Stunningly gorgeous.
Stunningly
That's
gorgeous.
a mom who...
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
There you go.
what do we think? So Mother's Day, what are you actually doing for Mother's Day? Do you know?
Oh, gee.
It's what? It's a couple days off. We don't know.
No, we won't know till the night before, but hopefully just all be together. It's always fun to watch little grandson smash food in his high chair.
So we should plan. We'll come up with some kind of cooking, get our utensil,
Yes. Get out the crock pot. Maybe I'll get a new one for Mother's Day. Although I read that the worst gifts you can give your mom or spouse for Mother's Day are like cooking items.
Oh, I
And
would love a
nobody
cooking
wants
item.
that. They just want to be taken out. They don't want to think that I have to cook. But,
So-
I like cooking things.
I
so.
do too. So a box of chocolates really is the best. And we'll end on that note.
Oh,
A box of
is.
chocolates.
Is.
Just reach in and
Oh, I know, and you just, oh.
then you're so happy. It's vanilla caramel
Yeah,
or
'cause
some
they're-
exotic flavor.
There's not much like that. Melissa's Cupcakes, have you heard of them? This
No.
is another good idea for you folks, for moms last minute, is they're all different colored flavored cupcakes, just like chocolates. Yeah, stick with the chocolates.
Well, happy Mother's Day to you.
Yes, happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Pat, at Speak Up Talk Radio. She's always wonderful to help put these together. Sometimes she puts in sound effects. Thank you. And you can find us at okboomerpod.com and OK_boomerpod on Twitter and Instagram, maybe. Facebook,
Yes.
you might see us many places.
Yes, Tippy Hedren.
Tippy Hendren. Yeah.
Does that
Melanie Griffith.
There you
Dakota
go.
Johnson. You got it.
We love them all.
Love
we
all
love
your
all our
moms.
friends. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Toodaloo.
Be sure to come back to beautiful Ohio and the OK Boomer podcast. To listen to previous episodes or to drop us a line, visit okboomerpod.com.